Hey Bimini Bay, hey, good afternoon. Hey, we wanted to just provide you guys with a brief update on the outcome of the proxies that we do have the rulings in from the attorney and the clarification, so we just wanted to give you a brief update on how they all came out. So in short, we did not receive enough proxies back to obtain a quorum to modify the declaration and covenants. A little disappointing that we didn't get enough. We only needed about 80 to come back. I think we only received about less than 60 be returned to us. So, you know, even if you do not agree with an amendment or a proposed amendment, you are welcome to vote no, or you're welcome not to vote at all, but please just at least turn your proxy back in so we could obtain a quorum, and then majority rules from there. So we are going to try again at the end of the year at the annual meeting. But please take the proxies and even turn them in, even if you leave the votes blank. Vote yes or no, however you feel, but please turn them in. So the First Amendment was again a declaration modification, so irrelevant, it did not pass. The Second Amendment was to recoup legal costs. Again, it was a modification of the declaration and it did not pass. The Third Amendment was a modification of the bylaws. It did pass. We did receive a quorum and it did pass, and that's going to stagger the term limits of the board of directors. So it'll be a 1-year term, a 2-year term, and a 3-year term. So this coming annual meeting, there will only be one position up for election. The other 2 seats will remain on until they become up for election on down the line. But this year, at this year's annual meeting, we'll have one position to vote on. More info to follow on that. Number four was again some language about the assessments, and that had to coincide with the declaration and the bylaws. That amendment did pass. We did receive a quorum, so now late fees can be assessed after 10 days. So the quarterly dues are due on the 1st of the month. They'll be considered late on the 10th. It was always in the bylaws, or it was always in the covenants. It just needed to be updated in the bylaws to bring them current so they match. And the Sixth Amendment that was in there, again, had to do with the term limits of the board. The Seventh Amendment was to create the locked reserve buckets. That was a modification of the declaration and covenants. Again, so we did not receive a quorum, so that one did not pass. That one is very near and dear to us. We are going to try again at the end of the year to try to get that one passed. We feel that's important, and we feel that's in the best interest of the community to keep those funds locked and make sure they're spent in the appropriate way on what they're being reserved for. So more to follow on that, but other than that, have a great day, and if you have any questions, again, please reach out.